So we are in a big, unnamed metropolitan city in the United States of America. I got that line right the first time as well. Um, it is absolutely overrun with crime. The news stations are blaring it, and some people might not believe it, but in this city specifically, crime is going crazy, and it's mostly because super pe- it's mostly because superpowered people are apparently existing here. For the most part, it's rumors of vigilantes in the night that started appearing, and then a freak in the sky started flying around, solving big problems and issues, and making sure the planet was safe. The supers have made the police more or less give up. They were being overrun as it was, and now facing the issue of people with criminal endeavors having superpowers has made it so why even bother? So what the local government has done to combat this is to make it so people can go onto a social media app and report crimes in which the local government will pay for it to be solved. Fortunately, gangs are just using this to put out hits and more or less making second level crimes. You can take out a rival gang as well as, stopping a crime in process. Um, so we're in this terrible crime-ridden area, and I wish that I could say that our comrades are up in the good area, but as they've chosen with their characters, I guess they are down in the slums. Well, not the slums. You're in the industrial district, adjacent. And yeah, your two characters are pretty specific, so have at it. Introduce yourselves and let us know why you're working together and why.
So, Eli is a young 20s cybersecurity, kind of fresh out of college sort of guy. He's living in an apartment in the slums city area because he's not too outgoing, and the slums is an interesting place to people watch. So, living there in the slums, he's a individual who's had a background of a bit of a crisis of personality, having to struggle with his unbeknownst power of being able to separate his being from others' consciousness, thus rendering him as a invisible man. Um, and throughout all this, he has had his highs, his lows, and at his darkest lows, he found one of his best friends, his blind dog named Moses, who, even if he can't quite see him, he still understands he's there. And yeah, he's kind of not a he doesn't participate in the criminality sort of things, but he does try to keep himself removed from what's been going on around him. Trying to, I mean, he's always had this crisis of being an outside observer to the things that happen around him. But yeah, and while trying to purchase some dog food one day at the bodega, he ran into
Dog food. Okay, interesting.
At a bodega.
Yeah, you know me, stealing dog
I thought you
food.
guys are going a different direction.
I don't have a dog. I don't know why I'm stealing dog food.
no,
But
at the bodega.
He
There's
was
multiple
purchasing
things.
dog food.
I was
You were
purchasing dog
stealing from a bodega.
oh,
But I thought the stealing was cybersecurity related when we talked about it
I didn't know.
in the first
Is
half
it?
hour. But let's let Wrath rewrite that as
so
Yeah.
I'm playing Tyler Rivers, around the age of 29 years old. Has coined the moniker Ghost among the criminal world. Like people who would reference him and be like, "Have you heard of this Ghost character?" Yeah, da 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 da. He has the ability of teleportation. Developed through some stolen government security confidential vial that was taken. Thought to be pawned off upon opening it, inhaled it, and blacked out and woke up in a different country. Woke up in a different room. Woke up. He can't teleport to another country. He woke
No,
up.
you're correct. The first time
Oh,
that did happen.
okay.
What
Woke
country
up.
was it? Was it France?
I think I put Spain. It didn't really matter. Yeah, it could have
Okay,
been
yeah,
France.
that was close.
Had to work my way back. But yeah, let's look. He grew up in a shitty household. Parents were abusive. You know, whatever. They disowned him. He was a troubled youth. Preferred to scribble and doodle. Then he was just bored with school. It didn't like challenge him. He was, you know, people were dumb. He didn't make friends easy. And anyways, left home. His little sister left behind with the parents. And he took to kind of just surviving with his power. Even before he had his power, he would just survive. He became a petty criminal. He would pickpocket and steal. But he was smart about it. He didn't want to get caught. He was like, I'm not stupid. You know, he was never a stupid guy. He was smart enough. And so he would scope out his targets. He would track them down, you know, follow, learn their plans, learn their daily routines, you know, and he knew how to do street art. So he had a basic camera and paints and stuff. And so you would follow and you would be able to take pictures. And, you know, if they put in a keypad code, he would get pictures and, you know, kind of learn how to break and enter. And he would do so without getting caught for the most part. However, one day his sister got sick, needed medical treatment. Couldn't, you know, parents couldn't afford it, and they didn't give a shit. Parents are terrible. And so, he was like, I'm going to take care of my sister because, you know, she needs it. And so he kind of hastily needed to steal something. He had a mark. He hadn't really done a lot of research on this person yet. Knew they were working on some kind of big project for the government. He's like, I'll be able to sell this for some money and pay for her treatments. And so stole it, opened up the briefcase. It was a vial. It basically noxious toxic gassed him, and he woke up with these powers to be able to teleport. Anyways, now he just kind of uses those powers just as he did before to teleport to survive. And again, he's not like a bank robber or a serial killer or any kind of mass criminal. People barely even know about him because he's usually leaves no trace. Teleports in, just gets what he needs. You know, teleport into a store, grab some Reese's, teleport back to his couch and hang out, watch TV, snacking on a Reese's. Like, you know, it's not like, oh man, I need to go rob a bank. It's, I just steal to survive. And he only steals from people who have enough to give. And so it would be like, oh my god, I'm gonna, you know, murder the shopkeeper and take all the money from the cash register just because. No, it's like, I need to pay rent. I really don't have the money. That guy's got a fancy limo. I'm gonna follow him around, learn his schedule. Okay, yeah, he's got millions of dollars. I can take 1,000. He won't mind, you know. And then I steal it and pay my rent and go on with my life. So that's Tyler Rivers. Criminal, but just out of necessity to survive. Doesn't really care. What the fuck was he doing under a bodega?
I thought you were just getting groceries and stuff.
We just getting groceries.
I mean, I guess, but like the original way that it was sort of like pitched that you had said was like you're working in like an office at the security place late one night perhaps, and then all of a sudden you see somebody teleport in.
Probably like your
Steal some
manager's
stuff.
office or something. Like there's someone in your manager's office, and you're like, no one should be here. Like you were working late one night or something.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
no
the
one
whole
should be
thing
here.
about cybersecurity was he was going to be like working from home sort of thing, like being removed from.
And that makes sense, but I like to think
Yeah.
that maybe like the one time you were called in and
Maybe
you're
one
kind
time I
of
was
pissed
calling
about
to
it.
work. Yeah.
Or from home, you were watching security cameras
Oh, that might be better actually.
at a place.
Yeah.
Actually, that makes more sense.
All of a sudden, you look over and
you-
you're like, there should be anyone. Like, do you do cybersecurity for businesses or residentials?
Cybersecurity for residentials mostly.
Residentials, yeah. So it's probably just some rich guy's house that I need to pay rent or something, and all of a sudden you look over and you're like, they're on vacation. There shouldn't be anyone. Who's this just walking around? How'd they even get in? Like, you know, and I'm just
Hold on.
poof over here, poof over here, poof over here. All right, poofed
That's
out.
not bad.
Or like try some of their drink in the fridge. Yeah, put it back. You know?
So the question I have then, because
yeah.
the only way this situation works is So you saw this. You saw him doing this probably over multiple businesses.
How do we connect?
When did you decide, as Eli, to approach him? You know he has powers. You have powers.
Does Eli fully realize he has powers? I thought Eli didn't even know he had powers.
Eli doesn't know he has powers.
Okay, well, he has powers. You
know I have powers.
love it.
Mm-hmm. I know you have powers.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably initially like start reporting those like things on the app.
That's how people started hearing about me, is because you were reporting me, you fuck.
There's a ghost in people's houses.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like reading newspapers, like, the fuck?
Yeah, and then eventually, because
he coined my moniker. He's the one who came up with ghost.
I was the one who came up with the ghost. Yeah, and then eventually, after not seeing like police responding fast enough, I think I would probably have enough intelligence to start to. Do you think you would hit? Okay, so let me ask you a question. Would you hit the same place multiple times?
Probably not. But what I would say is you learn how you've been watching me for a while, and so you learn how I work. Sorry, I got the hiccups. And you kind of are able to predict. You're like, maybe you even leave a breadcrumb because you have cybersecurity knowledge. You leave breadcrumbs like that I track, and it leads me to a place. And you're able to like I'm gonna
just kind of.
Are you trying to catch me, or are you trying to like what's the why are you tracking me down?
Hold up. Maybe that should be our scene, our introduction to this. How do you guys feel about that, or should we push past this?
I'm great with that.
Sure.
Okay, so first off, where did you lure him to? Is this like an old fire station or something? Is this a back room at a bar?
No, it's probably somebody's home that I've been tasked to like provide cybersecurity for, and this person is out of town, and I know that they are out of town, and I've kind of left breadcrumbs noting that they have a sizable amount of money in like some safe or not even a safe, just kind of in some of their bedroom areas. And I would probably be kind of I would be hiding, thinking that I need to be hidden. Probably in like in a closet somewhere or something.
Okay. Then in that case, so Tyler, you enter into this. How do you enter? Or do you teleport, or do you do it the normal way?
I probably watched enough, so I just walk up to the front door, poof, poof, into the front door.
Does it make a sound when you teleport?
Or
Or does it make a smell?
probably not a smell, and I don't want to copy Nightcrawler too much, but I love the idea of the poof and like a little bit of smoke and fog.
Maybe it's like steam or something. It just kind of dissipates. It doesn't leave like an ash residue.
Yeah, I still feel like I want to go with like a purple black smoke, but it's not like it doesn't like fill the room. It's just like a poof poof, and it's just like kind of wafts off of me kind of thing.
Absolutely.
All of a sudden you just see like a purple black cloud at the door, and I just walk out of it, and then it kind of dissipates and goes away. Sorry for the hiccups.
No, that was the portal.
It makes a hiccup noise.
Teleporting gives me the hiccups, guys.
That's my weakness.
No, that's not canon. You don't need to.
Absolutely not. I hate that.
I'm a thief.
No, I swear, I'm for real.
Yeah. Okay, go in the bank vault. You're really a thief. I am.
Yeah, I'm here to rob you.
Yeah. So, you see this mutant, this freak monster, enter in handsomely.
I was like, why am I a freak monster?
Because somebody doesn't believe they're a freak monster too.
What?
He thinks he's normal. Sorry.
Me?
No, the other guy.
Oh,
not you.
Oh,
the guy in
freak
the
monster,
you don't
not
see him
appearance,
yet.
just because I'm a mutant. I think you're saying
Yeah,
I'm like
because
I look like a freak monster. I was like, I do.
No, you. That's why I added handsome, because you're a handsome person.
I
It's
feel
just
like
you
I
have.
look like just like a street petty criminal street dude.
You're played by Brad Pitt, maybe, but um. Anyways,
Carry on.
geez, sorry, Eli. You're in the closet. You see him enter. Do you want to watch him for a bit, or are you planning on emerging to surprise him?
I'm going to try to like sneakily like open the door and like try to like walk out and try to get behind him. But as a guy who's not very the most coordinated, he's probably going to like stub his toe on like the bedside like dresser, and something is going to like fall down. But when he turns to look, there's nothing there.
More than likely, I'm walking in. I got earbuds in. Like, I'm just jamming out the music. I'm walking in, just ready to rob the place. I'm walking around, kind of looking at stuff, looking at wall art. Like, literally no fucks given. And all of a sudden, like, yeah, something would fall, and I'm just like, carry on.
Let's give some dice to your
Yeah.
skills at this moment. So I'm going to give you guys a D8 and a D6. You'll have a super side bonus of D6 with a wild die. So for you, Wrath Heroes, Tyler, is your hobby or your career the D8?
Career, for sure.
All right. So your criminal nature is the D8, and your art skills are the D6. Let's go ahead and roll. D8, D6.
You want me to roll both of them?
Yes. Well, because you have a wild die, D6.
Oh, got it. Okay. Well, I got a 6 and a 6.
All
Is
right,
there
one of those needs
explosions?
to be rerolled.
All right.
Yes, there are.
It's the D6. Oh, I don't want it. So 7.
Yeah. So you're alerted something's off, and you know generally where it's off. It's that weird frickin' closet. Was it always open? You don't think it always was. You think it was maybe closed. Maybe
Is
not
he-
all the way.
Is he still in the closet or he came out?
No, I came out.
Okay, more than likely, I'll just kind of, I won't look at it. I'm just like stop and then just poof and walk out, and the black smoke kind of moves, and I'm like standing just at the front of the closet looking.
How close is that to you, Mr. Avoidance?
That's right behind me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say with your power here, you can feel that there's a presence right behind you, Tyler. It's like somebody's like standing right behind you, and you can feel the warmth of their back on you. Well, maybe not that sexual, but
Ooh.
it's like you can feel that presence behind you, and you feel uncomfortable.
I'm gonna just stand there, and then I'll just kind of turn and look.
Do you allow him to bump into you? Because that'll probably break your illusion a little bit.
I don't think he's agile enough to dodge it. So if he incidentally gets bumped, then probably.
More than likely.
Yeah, so you turn around, you bump into this guy, this fucking normal-looking dude, average Joe. He probably populated the street 10 times on your way here. No, he didn't. Just an average-looking guy, and he's just standing there staring at you, probably looking slightly bewildered. And you're also probably bewildered because your intel is wrong. Whoever gave you this information said the house is going to be clear. The people are on vacation. You saw the tickets. You saw when they'd be back. There should be nobody in this household. Who is this intruder?
I just look at him. I'm like,
You both think. The last sentence.
you don't live here.
Neither do you.
Touche. Are you also robbing?
No, I've been hired to protect it.
How are you gonna do that from the floor?
Well, you see, I'm not much of one of those sorts of protectors, but I will say,
You just holding it down
pretty much. Yes.
to your house sitting.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now.
Literally.
Aha!
Hmm. Um, are you gonna tell anyone that I was here?
Seeing as I've been tracking you recently and seen your whereabouts, it seems that I should know who I'm trying to find.
No one put my picture out there, and you see that basically all your pictures were baseball cap, hood up, like you never saw his face and stuff because he knew to avoid cameras. But he's like, someone's been doing research on me. You know, the pictures have gone out, Ghost has gone out. You know, I've seen the research, and I'm like, you've been watching me.
How'd you like the name?
You came up with that, Ghost, huh?
Well, are you?
I'm pretty alive and well. Ghosts are usually dead wraiths, right?
Most of the time.
Still here. Tangible and all that. Why are you watching me? That's weird.
Well, you've been hitting a couple of the houses I'm supposed to be protecting.
That's probably a problem.
That is.
Hmm.
So what do we do now?
Tell me, this is kind of your arrangement.
Not too good at planning, but...
You need some, or should I just go?
Well, I was going to ask you nicely to stop robbing these places.
See, rent's due, so, I just
Oh,
need,
rent's
you
all
know,
you
just
need.
a little bit to keep my flat. Flat? Where do we live? Keep my apartment.
The goddamn US of A.
Right. Well, you see, that's where we may have a problem. Why don't you do some honest work?
I'm honestly robbing these people the best I can.
I. Now, what if I maybe had a better offer for you?
Oh yeah. What?
Well, you see, if you stopped hitting all the places that I'm supposed to be turning a profit on, would you mind hitting some other places? Now, how does this power of yours work? I see you scoping the places out every time you stop by 3 or 4 days in advance. You're like clockwork.
Have I really become predictable?
Not to many, but to me.
It's probably fair. Yeah, I kind of do the same thing every time. You know, if it works, it works. You know, why fix it, kind of deal. You know.
Aye, but what if another one of me catches on and they're not as...
Yeah, apparently it's not working. Um. Okay. Yeah, that's a problem. So you know me, or at least you've been watching me, and you know what I do, and should I be like worried or like cops on the way or something?
Not at the moment, but there doesn't need to be. Like I said, I have an arrangement if you'd care to listen.
Well, yeah. Why don't you tell me about it while I go find this safe? There's no safe, is there?
Nah,
Son
laddie.
of a bitch.
But I'm glad you got this far. Tells me all I need to know about your abilities.
You're just okay with the whole superpower thing?
Well,
You don't seem
as you say,
phased by this.
well, when you've seen as much as I have, it seems that some people are more monstrous than others.
Fair enough. I wouldn't call myself a monster.
Wouldn't
Just a
say so
ghost.
either. just a ghost.
Alright. I'm on the couch, like, lean back. Let's see what you got.
He kind of dusts himself as he gets up. No.
When I teleport, I'm like, over there, let's see what you got. Where'd he go? How potent is your power? Do I need to be like? Do I need to be?
I assume it's at will. You can decide to be more present, sort of, or if you're focused on something, maybe it goes away.
Well, in the moment, I'm trying to engage with him, so I think my mood would be swinging towards like I'm okay with him seeing me, but it might take you a second to like refocus on like where I am at in the room.
Yeah, so you might see him like flicker out for a few moments, or a few frames.
Mm-hmm.
A few frames, yeah.
And then as you like situate, and he kind of looks back at you, you see him appear there, where he still was.
Oh, where he still was? He's just back there. I'm like, what the heck?
I don't think he moved at all. It's just like he went poof poof.
I was gonna say, if he moved, I'm sitting there like, do you do the same thing that I do?
Yeah, up to you, Adise, if you want to.
I was like, you're really slow at teleporting.
It might be that he saw me like laying on the ground and then he saw me standing, sort of thing.
Oh yeah, because he knocked you over, I guess.
Your superpower is lag. Like you stood up and moved, and then I just see your character like rubber banding for a second, and then all of a sudden you're over there. I'm like, what the fuck? What a weird superpower choice, but it's so odd and unique that I kind of like it. All right,
So
I'm like,
he kind of dusts himself off. Well, you see, you seem to be good at infiltration, and well, I don't like you infiltrating my businesses. And I'm pretty good at finding out information and seeing in how people, their true colors, let's say. What if we were to come to an agreement on how to best use these gifts?
are you saying you want me to go rob people for you? That's not really my thing.
No, none of the sort. I just want to make sure that you're just not robbing my places.
But like, I'll still have enough for like, you know, food and rent and living.
Well, and also it's not going to be a one-way deal of, hey, stop going to my places. I understand there needs to be something in it for you, so here's my deal. I can provide you with additional information as you see fit.
Like how your superpower just became the cybersecurity. Rather than, like, my power is I can get information.
If I can interrupt here, as you guys are pondering what is going on between you two, you both receive some buzzes at your phones. They're different things here. In the case of Eli, it's a buzz that you associate with break-ins to your homes, but it is that Superpowers app that I was talking about earlier, where people, not Superpowers app, the Vigilante app is more appropriate. The one where people will report crimes that are happening, and the one that is reported to you is that there is some sort of massive crowd robbing a convenience store. And the picture and short video that's uploaded is like 20 people with guns and bats. When I say guns and bats, it's probably like 45% of people have like a handgun or a submachine gun or a sawed-off shotgun of some kind, and then the other 55% have like a baseball bat or a knife or a machete. There are quite a few people to be able to do a 55-45 split like that. But it's more than the amount that you would think that would rob a place. You can see from the short video that there's some sort of thrashing inside. And it's reported some kind of activity at the mini mart, freaking out. This is crazy. Somebody needs to stop this.
Sounds like how I
And
hear
then
the real news. People are dumb.
that was emojis. I didn't know how to. I didn't.
It's the little
I
text
didn't
that
wanna.
scrolls across the bottom.
That's what the news will show tonight about this. But that's the social media. But for you, Tyler, you get something different because you're not really on that app, are you?
Probably not.
Yeah, no, you have connections with people that set you up for like they mention things and they're like, somebody needs to go and break into this, huh? I can fence it for you if you do that. So you have criminal comrades, and
Yeah. Probably just
what?
connections with the lower folk, people who've been stepped on, like, oh man, my boss is such a prick. He hoards all the bonuses and doesn't give us any. And I'm like,
I'd like you to roll your criminal at yeah, no, just your standard criminal. And I'm sorry, Deese, we haven't gotten to give you rolls tonight, but yeah, a criminal with your wild die.
well, I got a 6 on the D8. I got a 1 on my D6.
Okay, so you've heard about this other supposed superhero, and I say that very quotation marks to end this episode. Um, you've heard of Rat Lord, but you've also heard him called Shit Lord. He's a repugnant individual that is popular among the homeless community, mostly because he's able to get them drugs or something. But that just sounds like a drug dealer. But they worship him like a messiah. He is apparently making some moves on a local convenience store. Stay away. You're going to get hurt if you go there. And that's appropriate, I think, to end this on, is you both have gotten these information bits about a convenience store being robbed. What you do with it is up to you. We can pivot to something entirely different next episode, but we will see here on Savage Super Pickles. You can't see me, but I did thumbs up.
Woo! So yeah, guys, if you guys don't know, I didn't even do an intro, but to be fair, the first 20 minutes was muted. So maybe I did do an intro, and you guys just don't know. This has been Drinks and Discussions. This is kind of our podcast that we get to do every other week, and every other week. And just as we have the Dirty Journey going on, we now have
Super fun time.
Super fun time with Mr. Pickles.
Super criminal time, actually. You guys went a hard criminal route, and I'm accepting that.
I'm kind of
gangster.
I feel
that's
like
gonna be okay.
The government would call me criminal, but I don't find myself a criminal. I just find myself surviving amidst a terrible world.
Yeah, your storyteller's made out of government, so
yeah. But anyways, guys, this is Drinks and Discussions. We're your homies. My name's Wrath. I run the shows and do all the things. That's Adise. He runs the shows and does all the things. That's Mr. Pickles. He runs the shows and does all the things. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Later.
Cheers. I love you.